Hello viewers. I just wanted to share kind of a craft that I've been doing that I haven't heard anyone else talking about that's I've found to be pretty profitable. Um, Basically, these runes that allow items to roll new modifiers work pretty well with the Omen of Putrefaction, and so um, I just buy these bases for about one divine each. Um, for the projectile gloves, usually energy shield's the best. Also gonna try for some berserking helmets and chronomancy boots and soul modifier body armors. So essentially, start by just qualitying these. I buy all of the bases for about a one divine each or so with the two sockets. Just look on the wiki or PoEDB to find the highest tier base in terms of defenses that doesn't cost more than 1 or 2 divine. It's a pretty straightforward craft, but I've ended up making a decent amount of money off of it. So after that, you just socket these runes. I like using the +1 suffix on the gloves, which does raise the investment to one, like 3, 4 divine for each glove, but I've been selling them for an average of like 30, 45 divine, I would say. Not all of them have sold, but
Have an order?
enough that um, I've, you know, you list a bunch and then you lower the price incrementally as no one buys them, or they buy them and then you profit. But socket these in the helmet, these in the boots, this one in the body armor. Then we need to make them all rare if they're not already. Enable the Omen of Putrefaction, and Desecrate. The +1 suffix actually does work with the Putrefaction, even though Putrefaction says up to 6 unrevealed modifiers, it does add an additional one if you do +1 suffix in any of these. And so then all that's really left is to desecrate and optionally add another something in the socket. So enable these. Essentially, for the projectile gloves, the best prefixes are projectile speed, projectile damage, and high energy shield, but also high added damage to attacks is very good. And so, usually taking a high tier of anything is better than re-rolling. So here, I guess plus energy shield. It's often better to take like over 30% resistance than re-rolling, but I also enjoy the kind of gambling. There's +2 projectile skills on the suffixes that you can roll with this, which is the best modifier out of the whole prefix or suffix. I'm pretty sure it blocks +1 melee, but I'm not 100% sure, or like that they're mutually exclusive. Um, this roll kind of sucks. And you know, you win some, you lose some with this one. There's definitely a high level of variability, but if you just do a handful, you'll definitely get something decent at some point. So that's T2, increase energy shield. We'll go with a little bit of lightning. So the highest value modifiers are usually the modifiers that are only able to be rolled with the specific rune socketed. In this case, Coral's Hunt. And the higher the tier, the better. So these are starting off really good. Projectile speed and projectile damage. Could be used by a Spark character, Twister character, a whole bunch of things. So here, what we really want is +2 projectile skills. If we hit that, it would be definitely over 100 divine. We'll see if that happens or not. And I guess I will have to take crit chance. No +2 proj, but they were close to being very great. So I do skip over the lower tiers of like basically anything, usually. Additional proj is good. Hopefully we get a +2 projectile at some point. But you just take the best that you can get. Like I said, on average they sell fairly well. Let's see, got some decent tiers. I've added flat damage, so this one will be used by an attack build. You kind of want to think about what build will be using them as you're rolling. So if you get like a bunch of attack modifiers on the prefix, then that would make me more likely to take something like attack speed on the suffix. Tempted to just do full resistances on the suffix here, and I should have, because these are all pretty trash. And forced to take critical damage bonus. I find I get a +2 projectile like once in every maybe 10 gloves that I craft this way, which ends up being pretty good. Again, just taking the highest tier that I can find most of the time on these selections. +2 melee, okay. Not bad, definitely lower value than +2 projectile, but still good. If I like price check these real quick, probably something like 20, 25 divine. So, you know, just those alone pay for all of these, and all the rest are definitely sellable as well for 10 to 50 divine, something like that. Oh, maybe 1 to 50 divine. Let's do the boots. So for the boots, you want item level 82 minimum to roll T1 move speed. Some builds don't really care about the move speed as much, but it's nice just to be able to hit it. Looks like we're settling for T2 move speed. I guess we'll do some mana. Some chronomancy modifiers. These all suck. This is also a pretty high value modifier with the reduced slowing potency hybrid. I don't know if anyone actually uses the dodge roll distance, but the chance to not reveal charges is really good in combination with the skill effect duration, because twister builds tend to like that. It is nice to get like a high roll on T1, chance to not remove charges, because I think they have a hard time hitting 100% without that. And actually, I have not done these helmets before, so let me check what T1 armor is. Um, Actually, the damage with warcries is definitely the best there. Let's see, warcry speed for sure. Might as well add some rarity. And these might be equal-ish value, but I'll go with the AoE. Let's see how much that is. Probably a lot. Maybe 300 or 400. Might sell for 200, who knows? What are the tiers on this one? That is low tier. These all kind of suck. These also kind of suck. But that's okay because we hit well on the first one. So I'll just go through this one a bit quickly. Okay, and that one ended up being kind of garbage. This one might also be a little garbage. So the big ticket modifiers on this one are probably like flat spirit, percent life. This one's okay, but not the greatest. But yeah, overall, I have been profiting off of these crafts, and that's pretty much it. You can add something to the last socket for these guys, but this is a pretty good way if you have, I don't know, 40, 50 divine to get gloves that really punch above that budget class. Um, Thanks for watching.